I'm glad you guys got to finally meet little Wanda, the little chick. You know, the mascot to Wanda, the white Honda. You know, it was a fitting thing. It had to be done, okay? What I'm saying is. But anyways, I'm glad you guys clicked on the video and decided to watch me again because, man, I appreciate it, first off. And again this week, I don't know what I'm doing. As usual, I'm getting myself into a mess that's probably more complicated than I'm ready for. But I'm hoping that it'll be super easy. You know what I'm saying? Now, if you look over yonder here. What is this stuff here? You know, I don't know how this is gonna go inside of here. What I'm saying is that's a window regulator. Now, this window, before I broke it, and we did all that work a few weeks ago for like a long time, this window only goes down like a little bit. And I'm telling you, it is driving me nuts. I like to be able to open my window. So I needed to do something. I needed to get her done. Driving me nuts. Today's the day. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to take the door panel off and I'm going to investigate. When I originally bought, I thought I bought the window regulator and the motor in one piece. But turns out I didn't really do that. So I ended up having to go back and buy the motor too. And that's why this work didn't get done during the time that we did all the rest of the work. Because, you know, waiting on parts and because I was too excited to drive it. So I started driving it. Well, I done put 2,000 miles on this thing already. So that's enough miles to drive a guy nuts without being able to open his window all the way. So I'm going to quit my yakking and I'm going to get to work now. Just look past the mess, alright? She's a driver. She gets me to work and back, so she doesn't get the attention that she should be getting. You know, we're all guilty of it. Quite a bit dusty. Now, this is still flapping, and I'll tell you, I've tried several, and I mean several, different type of spray glues and stuff. And it just keeps getting loose. Dang it. Well, let's put little Wanda away. She sits right here for now because the clock is broken and we're still looking for one of those. Dang it. So, I never really taken one of these door panels off. Now, I did take one of the back door panels off and replace a motor and window regulator in one of them. So, I'm hoping it's fairly similar. But I don't remember that window regulator looking so wild. So I'm a little nervous that these ones are different. Another thing that I'm gonna do is one of this speaker. If it goes smoothly and I could get the door panel off in no time, then I'm gonna put the speaker in. Because I did the back ones, but I never did the front ones because I was too lazy to take the door panel off. And, you know, I figured one day I was going to tint the windows, and I said, you know, I'll just do it when I tint the windows. But here we are 4 years later, and I never tinted the windows. So now I got two blown front speakers, and they rattle. And the back ones, you know. So, another thing that's driving me nuts. So I gotta get it done. And since I'm in here, I might as well just get it done, because why take the door panel off 2 times? And I think I decided I'm not gonna tint the windows myself, because tinting windows, it's a pain. And I always do something wrong. I always get a wrinkle or an air bubble, and then I get mad at myself, and I should have just paid someone to do it. I want no air bubbles. And no nothing in it. No dirt, nothing, okay? So, one day we'll get the windows tinted, but by somebody else. So, let's get this door panel off. I'm talking again. So first things is I pulled this out expecting the screw to be back behind there. No, it was just like a little pin that was holding her in. So that's kind of interesting. Now, I did replace this handle at one point because it was like annihilated. To where, you know, it was pretty much gone. And all you had to do was pull the little wire on the inside. This one's about on its way. So maybe I'll get to the hardware store, get some epoxy and glue her back together. You know, I do have like a spare in the glove box, you know, because, you know, But them's is getting hard to find, man. We need to save her on the one that's still doing a little something. We can't use the good one yet. We gotta save it. But anyways, so we take this screw out here. Pretty simple like. And then these like, they push back or forward. Oh, forward, I think. And then they pull out. You know, I don't know what I'm doing here. I'm gonna need 2 hands, so you guys are gonna have to just, I'll be back. All right, so yeah, I had it, you know, just a little forward. And then she's a tight squeeze, so I had to pry on the front a little bit. But be gentle with her because, you know, they're hard to find. Now we just gotta get that little plastic clip off the bar so we can pull the bar out, and then we get this electrical out. And that'll be out of our way. So that's what we're gonna do. Take this and be gentle. You don't want to break it now. We gotta get this puppy out of here. So let her go. Let her go. Oh, we almost had her. Then you got, oh, give her a wiggle. Oh, look at, now we got all this room to play with. Dang. Dang, that was hard. Dang. Now, what else do I see? This guy. What's back there? Looks like a screw. Where's my screwdriver? There it is. Found it. What are we doing? Well, one thing I should probably mention is I did take the battery off before we started this whole mission because, you know, there's said light here. And the dome light, which I have it on the off switch. So, you know, but still, it really wasn't gonna help when we got this light draining battery. And then there's one down here. Oh, get that out of there. Yuck! We gotta get this. We gotta get this. Come out of there. Be gentle, but come out. Don't break. Just smoothly. Come. Oh, look. Yuck. Yeah. That's gross in there. Looks like a lot of water got down there at one time. Now, where did the screwdriver go? Oh, there it is. Here it is. Okay. Well, seems to have let go. Oh, look. What we got over here? Oh, just some pins. Nice. Oh, that one sounded like it broke. What's holding it right? Oh, look at that. So now I think we just, oh yeah, lift up on her. All right, now we got some electrical we gotta deal with. So you guys just hang in here. You know, dad words and some screws, and it's out of here. And didn't I tell you that sucker was blown? God dang! What? How was there even sound coming out of there? Holy cow! What? What? Alright, that's later. So now we gotta figure out what to do with this, which, you know, looks like it's just perfectly breaking off, just as we need. Man, get out the way. Move, get out the way. We're on the highway. No, we're not. We're actually just in my garage. Yeah, definitely. We're in my garage. All right, what is it? Oh, what is this? What is this? Oh my gosh, a fly license? What the heck kind of voodoo stuff have I been driving around with? Was this, what? Everything's distracting me from doing the job. All right. Gosh, dang. All right, what am I doing now? Whoa, what am I doing? Oh, see? I see 1, 2, 3, 4. Kind of look like that's a window regulator piece to me. Looks like these 2 bolts are also a window regulator piece. Ooh, yeah, sticky. No wonder why I wouldn't roll down and up. Got some sticky grease. All right, do you guys see anything in there? What's holding the window up? Can you see what's stopping me? No? All right. It's worth a shot, I guess. Guess the smart thing to do is just take bolts off, or what is that for? I don't know what that's for. You know, like, where would you guys start? Because I don't know what to do here. I guess I just get a 10mm, start taking stuff apart, and try to remember how I did it. From what I look though, it looks like we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And I know I did see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. So where is the number 7 and 8? You know what I mean? Well, I just don't know. So I took these out and I loosened these because you could see they got the slots, and I took them out. And then I was thinking them other 2 bolts I couldn't see probably bolt the dang window to the dang regulator. So that's probably where those are at. And then I'm looking like the window's up. Like, where do I get the bolts out? And I poke my little head in this little hole here. You know, I can see up here in this corner, there's a bolt. You see it? Dang it. So the window's got to come down this far. And I don't know if we get that far. So what I'm going to do is put the battery back on and plug in the window thing. Roll the window down. You know, as much as we can. And then if I gotta force it the rest of the way, well, I'm gonna have to force it the rest of the way to get the bolts out. But I guess it don't matter because we got new, you know, and the motor is in this box, so we don't have to worry about the motor dying because I broke it. Now maybe, you know, before I started this, I should have shown you guys the crazy noise it makes. But I'll still get that chance here because I gotta plug it in anyway. And I better do that and quit talking to you guys. So we got the juice hooked up. The Febers said, I gotta come with you, Dad. The only thing is I don't have the key. And I literally just went inside to go get the key. Ended up coming out with a soda pop. And Phoebe joined me. So I guess I gotta go get the key. So I got the key. And you can tell she thinks we're going somewhere when she hears this sound. Just look at her. She ready to go. Alright. So let's get in here. Let's put the key on. We got lights, so that's good. Now listen. Did you hear that? Oh my gosh, look at what just happened. It's falling out! Oh my gosh! No, I'm not that stressed out. It's okay. So now I gotta get this door panel. You know, check out my genuine door panel holders. They're superb, okay? Alright, one more. Forgot the other one. Alright. Now what happened? What had happened here? Why did the window bolt fall out? You know what I mean? Like, what is happening? Oh, it's because of this is not bolted down no more. But we got one bolt accessible. What? Okay. Alright. They didn't play around putting them bolts on. How do you get the front one? What are you supposed to do? You know? Do you know what I'm supposed to do? Come on, guys. Help me. Where's the hole to get the bolt out? Can't be all the way down there. What? Alright. Whew. Let me tell you. So I picked up the little thing and I popped them 2 bolts through this thing. And the whole glass said whoosh. About took out my fingers. Holy cow. But I got all 10 still. Thank goodness. Anywho. Then I was able to reach in this little hole and get the 1 bolt out. You can't really see in there. But that's out, and then I got that one out. So I think now this regulator should just come right out. So, well, I forgot the electrical, as always. And then it came out really easy like. So now that I'm apart, I don't really like the amount of grease that's in there. It's pretty weak. And the grease that's on there. And you would think with all the junk I've got in here, I would have grease, but I don't have grease. So I'm gonna have to go grab some grease. And I'll probably get some glue for that other door panel there, because like I said, that handle works. And they're hard to find, so why would I want to, you know what I mean. I'm just yapping again. Yep. The grease has been acquired. I also went ahead and got some glue. You know, 5-minute glue for the passenger door handle over yonder. You thought I was kidding, didn't you? Of course I'm gonna save them dang handles, man. Whew. Anywho, now we can move on to the motor here. Put it on this one. Dab a little grease in the hole here. And then we can think about getting some grease on this thing and poking it back in the door and figuring out these bolt hole liner uppy doodly thingamajiggies. And I think we'll be good. Whee! We got our lithium grease installed all up in there. You could tell because it's mushing out. And we got the gear a little bit, but not too much, you know. We don't want to go hog wild now, just a little bit. So now it's about time now. Put a little white lithium grease in this track. And stick it in the door. Maybe we'll stick it in the door and then put the grease in there. That sounds like a better idea. I think the hardest part is to try and fit this thing in here and get the electrical to come out the hole. A whole lot of, you know, dad words and finagling and sneaking in and out and, you know, working her. That's what I'm saying. Finally get the 4 bolts over here. And then the 2 over here. The only thing I haven't got is the electrical. And the window still is not attached. But one thing I did want to do before any of that is I wanted to plug in this old motor. You know. And see if it was actually the motor that failed or if it was the regulator. Because if it was the motor that failed and that's what's grinding, you know, that's fine. Whatever. But if this got bent somehow and did something weird, you know, I wouldn't know. But I could keep this around for backup if I ever need it. You know? So I really just want to know if this is the issue. If it just got weak or what. Alright, we got the juices on. We got the door panel on. And we got our little motor here. Oh yeah. Hear it? She was not happy with life. Dang. Might have to take that apart, see what's going on in there. Because it doesn't do it up. Only down. Huh. Anywho, now we know what the issue was. So now I feel a little more comfortable saving that window regulator part. Kind of sucks I spent the money on it, but it never hurts. You know, now we know it's all new, greased up and everything like that. And if this one fails, then I have the backup. Alright, the window's a little down here. We do got a bolt in here and a bolt down in there. Can you see? Can you see it? Okay. So we got the bolts in. Now the only thing we could do now is put the door panel plugged back in and test her out and see if she goes all the way up and all the way back down. And make sure that we got the window in its track, which it looks good on this side. A little hard to tell down yonder way. And as long as she sucks up in this puppy right, then we could tighten down all these other bolts and start putting her back together like it was never there. Well, I forgot about this here. We might have to take care of this first. Oh, okay, so for the 15th time now, the door panel's hooked back up. Now let's see what we do here. Oh. Oh, nice. Nice. Sucked in there all the way around. Nice. Bring her back down. Okay, alright, I'll quit playing with it. So now I feel comfortable enough. The gap looks good all the way around, like I said a minute ago. So I think we're good. I go ahead and tighten all these puppies up where they're at. Do the speaker. Put the door panel back on. Window, great. Works up and down. I'll show you guys that in a minute because, you know, right now I'm on this. And this is the little plug-in for the speaker because Honda's got them cool little, you know, plug-ins. And this is what we're gonna go with. It's a Pioneer. It came out of this, you know, box, and you could tell it's pretty dusty. So I've had it for a while. This is actually the stereo I put in this car years ago. Can you see it in there? Right there? Okay. And you know, like I said, I did the back ones in the back window and I never did the front ones. But now is a good time to do the front ones. Now these holes line up perfectly because there's so many of them. And I lined them up, and can you see my scratch in the paint? You know, on that hole and that hole and that hole. Now my issue is I don't have one of these in the red color, you know, because the red's for 22, 18, you know, and the blue's for 16 to 14. And these little pigtails they gave us with these things, the speakers, so you know, the little end and the big end, and then you can just put whatever end on this end, and then we could just plug it right into there. You know what I mean? So I need to get the smaller wire thing so I could just plug, and then screw the speaker back in, because it'll fit. If you can't tell, the height difference is pretty much the same, so it should plug right into this without having to modify that puppy at all. So I guess I gotta do another hardware run, store run. What? Am I speaking English today? Dang. Good thing is we had some things. Thing is we had to modify them a little bit. Had to skinny them up just a little bit so they would fit in this little puppy here. Now the confusion part is they didn't have the positive and the negative, you know, labeled on the speaker. So I got a little nervous, you know, and I started looking in all these directions, and nothing, I mean nothing labels the speaker as which way to go. So I read a bunch of stuff on the internet, and they say, you know, because there's a wide blade and a skinny blade. As you can see, wide blade, skinny blade. So everyone's saying the skinny one is your ground. The skinny one is your ground. Then another forum or another people will say the wide one's your ground. So it's like, what do I do? I don't know what I do. So what I did is I got this little battery. Okay, so and I just took one side to one side and the other to the other, and you see how it dips in? That's wrong. Okay, it needs to push out. So we swap the battery around and we see how it pushes out. Okay, so now you gotta notice which way the battery is, you know. So the positive is this side, so this wire. Now we bring that over here, and the positive is the wide one. Just a little trick-a-rooney to find your speaker. Super easy, and it shouldn't ruin it as long as you use a little battery. No, okay, you use a big sucker, you're probably gonna blow it up, okay? So, anyways, now that we know which one goes where. So I did find on the internet, so we're looking at front left speaker. We got blue and green, and gray and black. So the gray and black is negative, and the blue and green is your positive. So what we'll do is we'll take the wide one and we'll put her in this side, and then we'll, because you know that side's got the blue, and then this side will get the negative, and we'll screw her back in, and then obviously we'll have to test her out and make sure she's working right. You know what I'm saying? Look, what? It's even installed with the factory hardware. We didn't have to drill no crazy holes. What is happening? What is happening? That sucker works, man. I had it turned all the way to the left and all the way to the front, and man, it sounds good. All right, so now that I'm gonna have a copyright claim on that, you know, well, it works, is what I'm saying. So I could put this door panel back together, and I could take that other door panel off and get that sucker fixed, and then really jam this sucker out. You know what I mean? I have to note, this is like one of the easiest door panels to ever take off and put back on. I can't believe how good it went back on, to be honest. We're good. We got lockage. This is out. You know, we can reach that still. We got window stuff. I just need to put that little cap in. I need to put the screw there and then the screw there. Make sure that one hit. And then the screw in there, and then the side's done. Man, and then I could do the other one in like no time. We got the key in again. The door panel is ready, locked and loaded. All the little things are in, the screws are in. Oh, I forgot one little cover. And where did that little cover go? I don't know. Right here. Boom. And that's back on. Okay, so with keys in it. Check this out. What? No. 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 No way. I got a window that works? Man, driving this car is gonna be a dream. We shimmied her over a little bit, but there's still not much working space. But I don't care, because I want this speaker changed. So the goal here, same thing. Take the door panel off, except we gotta fix this guy. And we gotta fix the speaker back there. But the cool thing is I got 5-minute epoxy. This stuff, it says 5 minutes. So, see that? Set time, 5 minutes. So we can start with the handle, right? Take it off, glue it together, and let it hang out with its wang out over somewhere else in here. You know what I'm saying? And then we can finish doing the speaker, and then by the time the door panel and the speaker and everything's all done and put back on, the thing will be dry and it'll be plenty fine to put in the car. So, whew, that was a bit too much. But that's just fine. I got my little stir stick here. Oh, that is some thick stuff. It smells like oil too. Alright. So I'm going to try and get it in the crack mostly. That way when the two pieces come together, they actually glue together. Alright, so now we get this puppy to line up just where we want it. Try and get some tape on it. And then soon enough you'll have like a duct taped like crazy piece together. We're just gonna leave it like this, let her dry up. Just right here. We're gonna hope that it works. That's what I'm gonna do. And then since we're waiting for that to finish up, we could take this door panel off, worry about our speakers so we got some good sound, and then we're about wrapped up. Dang! Well, door panel, I just flipped over like this. Super easy, get to this, you know, same thing. We got our same 3 screws, and I will tell you that speaker is shot too. Dang. There she wrote, just like the other side. I did the same thing. Sliced and diced my spade thingy just a little skinnier. Hooked up my wires, and I double checked to make sure the polarity was right, and we're still the same. So, man, speakers, it's in. Now the only thing to do is to check it and make sure that it works. Just like that. Sounds like it's working to me. So heck yeah, man! Woo-wee! You know what I'm saying? Let's get this puppy fixed. I mean the door panel back on so we can go for a ride and test these speakers out at the maximum volume possible. Man, they just snap into place so nicely. Now we just got 1, 2, 3 screws plus that one, so 4. One little pin-a-rooney. And look, that one's easy. That one's easy. That one's easy. Where did I put that little clip? Or the little thing? Here it is. And that goes in. That was easy. One last little screw here. My. Now the only thing left is the thing to let you out. And this guy, which just gets poked on here. There it is. We're good. We're solid. Well, that's still sticky. So I don't want to mess with that yet. I'm just gonna have to let that puppy dry out some more, and I'll come back in about 15 minutes. So I'll just have a warm snack, is what I'm saying. Alright, some time has passed, and it's a little tacky, but it's not stringy like it was, so I think I'm able to pull this tape off and see what we got here. Dang, we did get a little bit on the outside here, but you know, the handle still flexes, and it doesn't really matter, you know, because it was already broken. So, you know, if we could just get like a year, 2, maybe 5 or 10, just more time out of this, that's a win for me. But my only worry is it's a little sticky still, and I don't want to throw it in the car and, you know, ruin it, get it stuck in there forever because it's stuck to the door panel. So I'm going to let this just dry overnight, and I'll put it in tomorrow. Well, I think I'm gonna wrap up the video right about where we're at, because you know there's not much to do left, and it's only a screw to put the dang thing on, and you seen me put the driver's side on, so what's the point? So You gotta check me out on the old Instagrammer at the Mikey's World at the underscore, you know, in between the Mikey and the world, and then the 024 at the end. So it's Mikey underscore world 024. It's not 024, okay? But anyway, check me out on there, and you know, if you enjoyed me just goofing off doing silly little work that I needed to get done, had been driving me nuts, that you probably didn't want to watch anyway, give me a big old thumbs up, because you know we can always use it. And comment what you thought or didn't think, or what you enjoyed or didn't enjoy, really, you know, just say something. And subscribe to the channel, because sometimes we do boring stuff like this. We try to make it interesting. But other times we do cool stuff that's already interesting and we make it more interesting. So you gotta come back next week and find out what the heck we're gonna get into. Thank you a bunch for watching.